here in Ann Arbor planting some plants. So I guess why don't you want to talk about the Pachypodium?
Oh yeah, I kind of already got started.
Yeah.
So these guys are Pachypodiums. These little guys. It's a group that I think is throughout mostly southern Africa, right? I know it's found in some Pacific islands too.
Yeah.
But we have two little Pachypodium macaeas, and that one's Pachypodium lemmerii ramosum, I think.
They're all just like, how old are these now? When did you first start them?
I started them from seed. Oh man, when was that?
This is like a couple months ago, maybe.
Yeah, but we tried a bunch. These are the only ones that started. I just put them. They were in this tray here, this big tray, and then now they're big enough that they get their own pot. I do have to. We're putting them in the full sun right now because we want them to dry out nicely. Because they live in like pretty dry, hot places. I'm gonna say that this is the first time that these little guys are feeling the wind.
Yeah.
They've been inside, beyond otherwise.
They're free.
Yeah. It's about suns right now. Move this prickly pear because the container I got it in is actually not a great container for it. It doesn't have any holes in it, which is an issue. And,
That's bad for cactuses. They want to be dried out.
And I tried to actually drill a hole through the bottom, but the container is made of aluminum, as it turns out. So that didn't go too well. Now it's gonna get its own container. So I've been filling
Let's pop this thing out of here. Oh yeah, this is where it's gonna go into. Upgrade.
Yeah, actually, what's been really helpful here is we have a sweet gum tree above us, and when I'm usually putting in the soil, especially this kind of loose soil, it tends to fall out through the hole in the bottom, and so we have these spike ball things, which are perfect for sticking in the bottom of the pot. The soil doesn't.
Wait, what does your family call these, Ramon? What did you grow up calling them?
I did not grow up here, so we never had.
You don't know of them. My family called them monkey balls. Issa, what about yours? Issa's here.
I'm testing comments and how fast they go through. Pretty fast,
Oh,
I think. Monkey balls.
Monkey balls.
Monkey balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget. I've heard other names for them, but now I can't remember them. Yeah. So the monkey ball goes like in the hole of the plant to keep the soil from falling out. I don't know if they can see.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, actually works for that.
Wink.
But now we're gonna pop this little guy out. To actually keep the whole thing out.
Yeah.
I'll take it out.
It's pretty loose.
You
want me to
probably
grab
call
it
the
for-
basic cactus, and the whole thing's gonna pop out.
Wow.
Just plop that down. I'm
This
just
is
gonna fill
sad.
the. I know.
Sure. Yeah.
So tell me when you see it, okay?
Okay.
This is actually a mix of both cactus mix and gravel. I want it to drain. I want it to
Oh,
drain
that's
well.
really fast. Thank you.
Wait, so I know that you can eat prickly pears. Like you see them in the grocery store sometimes. Can we eat these?
You can.
But you won't let us eat this one.
I will not. Well, so you can actually eat. I've eaten them before in Arizona when we were bored at our field site. You can eat the fleshy pads. You just have to take the. I'm gonna say
Maybe not
this.
actually.
You just have to. The thing is, they have big spines, but they also have these really tiny little spines, which are very unpleasant. And so you have to kind of be careful about that. So you have to clean it really well, and they're really slimy inside, so they're kind of a pain. But what's
So
better?
ideally take off all of the spines before you eat it.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, even the little ones.
Yeah, but you can also they form these little tunas, the fruit after they flower.
What do you mean a tuna?
It's called a tuna,
Okay.
and they're actually quite good. Again, those also have the spines and such.
Wait, so the tuna is the part like after the blossom closes or whatever, and it's kind of like shriveling away and whatnot.
I think it is actually like a fruit because
Oh,
I've
okay.
seen them
It's-
at the base of the flowers
it's
once
like-
the flowers go.
Okay. The tuna
been a
is
while.
the fruit of the prickly pear cactus. This plant has a lot of names of other plants associated with it. Pears, tunas.
Tunas are other plants, fish.
Well, yeah, they're species, I guess.
Yeah, they actually. I think when you have things that are prickly pear flavored, so someplace you get prickly pear flavored margaritas or other things like that, they use the tuna for that. And they are sometimes really pretty, like purpley colors. They purple, yeah.
Are prickly pears different species, or are they all one species called prickly pear?
I think they're all one species, but you have to check that. They are super widely distributed, like north-south distributed. I think that so we actually have a patch of prickly pear along the coast of Lake Superior.
Oh, I have seen cactuses growing around here in Michigan. It's always been weird in like sandy areas.
I think that one in northern Michigan, the one in the UP, might be the northernmost, like the range or something of prickly pear. I could be wrong.
I've seen them in like southern Michigan, along Lake Michigan, like in the Indiana Dunes type area.
I'm getting water.
How do they survive the winter?
I mean, I don't know, but even in the desert,
It gets really cold.
In the desert, it does get quite cold. It gets freezing. So
Hey, little cactus.
hopefully there should be enough daylight to dry that anyway. It should drip. I'll let it sit
Nice.
on the deck here so the water can just move through it.
Yeah.
And it should dry.
Wait, let's show them the final product. I'll put it right back.
Yeah, it's gonna start dripping.
Yay. Happy prickly pear. It's peeing now. It's dripping. Well,
Got some prickly pear spines in it.
I got one too. I got one of the little ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of you are cat owners, but I've had cactuses in the past that it turns out they had really big, robust spines on them, and it turns out that my cats really liked scratching themselves on the cactus, and the spines actually like came off in the cat's fur. So then the cat was like depositing cactus spines all over the house, and when he would get on my lap, he was spooky.
It's not fun. I feel like I'm back in the Southwest again. Prickly pear spines everywhere.
What's next, Hoya?
Yeah, got the Hoya rooting in water there. Got this one too. The bigger, the same one. Actually, they're from the same plant. Roots are not as developed. Any thoughts on whether I should let this root a little bit more?
I think you should let it go more. I think it's not ready for soil yet. So-
This one.
Yeah. So this one, I don't know if you can see, it doesn't have very many roots yet. So it's not quite ready for the soil yet. It's used to having a lot of water. So
This guy has pretty developed roots.
yeah, this is better.
And I don't know what this. If I should put this one together with that, or I don't know.
I think that they should get their own pots. That one gets the littler pot, maybe. I don't know how these like to grow if they. Oh, there's a dead ant in here. A dead ant.
So
This
I'm
little
making up
dot.
my own mix here.
Let's hold this for a second.
Doing some potting soil. I also wanted to. Hoya's like soil that drains really well. I'm also throwing a bunch of vermiculite. Doing a mix here. Soil, vermiculite. So it drains better.
So I put the name.
Check out the vermiculite. Looks weird.
Yeah. So why do people use vermiculite, Ramon?
It's to basically lighten soils up, so they drain a little better, a little more airy. So it's a volcanic mineral.
cool.
So I'm doing a mix because I want, ideally, actually, I wish I had some perlite. That's okay. That should be okay. I'm gonna put a little bit of peat in there so it retains moisture better, but also have space from perlite.
It's got the peat in there now.
Also throwing a bit of cactus mix in there.
So what are your proportions? for
Um,
this?
This one's experimental.
It seems like a lot of vermiculite, mostly vermiculite.
So the bottom third of it was just potting soil.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I think.
I don't want to question your techniques, but
Oh, we'll see.
yeah.
This is. I'm not a super experienced Hoya grower, but I'm doing a mix of. I would want to do a third potting soil, a third perlite, and a third peat. But because I don't have perlite and the vermiculite's a little finer, I'm throwing some cactus soil in there too. I just want to make sure it drains well.
Yeah. Where Hoya is native to?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know either. I was hoping you. I mean, there's definitely a lot like in the tropics in general.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's a bunch of different species of Hoyas. We have several in our house actually. So, but they're all kind of these viney, sort of thick, viney things with like waxy leaves. Because I think they're often in areas with like a lot of humidity and rainfall. Correct. Yeah, I think so.
Hoya is actually one of the. Usually, I'm pretty good about looking up where plants are from. Hoyas are. I have no idea. They aren't what I've done that much looking into, but I do like them a lot. Okay, nice and mixed up. All right, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna try to hold the Hoya up with the soil filtered around the roots.
Okay. I was trying to look up Hoyas. Yay!
Yeah, you can do that. More soil. These roots can go pretty far down.
Yeah, I wonder because some plants like they prefer like a narrow, tall pot because they really just want to send their roots down, and other plants like prefer shorter, broader pots because they like their roots to like spread out. So picking the right type of pot for your plant is important. And
Do you
more
know
or
which
less,
ones?
sometimes a lot of viney things, I feel like they tend to send their roots down. Like if you ever unpot a pothos, it just has like roots going straight down and then going like around and around in a circle at the bottom of the pot. Right. Do you want me to hold this stem part?
Sure. Do you have any ideas of what orientation I should have this plant in? Interested.
This is looking pretty good.
Little bits. I was kind of impressed with, for something that's kind of succulent, like how well it grows roots in water.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a little rough thing of cactus on top. Get some more height on it. There we go.
Nice.
Just need some water as well.
Yeah. Do we have more here? I can go get some.
Water?
Yeah.
So that little pot up there has been collecting rainwater. Okay. Take it off the plate for now, just so it drain.
I'll give it some. So whenever you repot plants, you should always water them right afterwards. It helps like get the soil compressed and stuff.
Settle a little bit.
Yeah, and I've also heard that like it's bad because otherwise you want to get like some of the air out because you don't want the roots to be exposed to the air
Oh,
for
yeah.
too long. So, anyways, this is the final product. It's a happy plant.
Kind of debating. I have this less than ideal container here.
Oh, the cactus's old container.
Yeah.
Is the Hoya, the tiny Hoya, gonna inherit it?
It might. What do you think?
Let me see how it fits in there. I feel like that's good. I
Yeah.
think that's good for it.
It just doesn't drain. Is the problem.
Oh, that's right. Can we put some holes in it right now?
Thing is, we could try.
What is this?
It's
Oh.
aluminum.
Well, it's gonna be difficult to do right now. Never mind.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I can use one of these.
So we have many plants from last year.
This wasn't old basil. It's actually the soil. It's just gonna come right up. Soil. Bottom. Okay, I guess I should mix that stuff. Where did that black? Okay, let's mix it here. We can pour it in. That's good. Right. Potting mix. Heat.